Welcome back. It is that time between Christmas and New Year where there's not much to do. We don't really know what day it is, what time it is. I haven't even got dressed for 3 days. That's a little bit of a lie, but I'll show you that later. I got a Christmas onesie. I love it. It's like wearing my bed. If they did these in waterproof overalls, I would definitely get one. As you can see, the garage, it's in a bit of a mess. I did have a breakdown over the Christmas period. I'll show you through that when I'm going through the vehicles. And that's my plan today. I've had 6 vehicles come through the channel this year. Not all of them have actually made it onto the channel. You may have seen them in the background, but they haven't kind of been talked about or shown. So I'm going to do that today. I'll go through them in no particular order, have a look at the cars, tell you what the plans are, and, well, you can see how bad they are for yourself. And the weather is truly frightful. It is grim out there. Right, we're in the garage of sorts. I really need to tidy up in here. And I think we will start with the Reliant. Don't want to touch that and get it on the onesie. Consider that tidied up. This was not my first purchase of 2022, but I actually consider it one of my better ones, even though I didn't intend to buy it. This was actually bought by my mate John. He wanted to do it up. I was only going to store it on the driveway for him for 3 to 6 months while he sorted out a bit of space in his garage. But things took a turn. He decided he didn't want to do it, so I bought this off him for a bargain price. Now, the idea was I'd buy it, get an MOT on it, sell it straight on, get a bit of money, do some of the other vehicles in the channel. But I'm in a bit of a quandary what to do because I actually like it. Now, I don't think this one needs much to get through an MOT. I need to check things like the bearings, the brakes, the lights, the usual service stuff that have been forgotten about over the years. The seats are in the wrong way around. I need to change those, put new seat runners in. I've got all the parts. I had a nice little order from CHG Classics, so I think I've got everything I need. Now, since it's been here, if you saw the video when it delivered, I'll actually cut that in now so you can see it's getting the car. This was on, so as you guessed, a few bits have been stolen to keep other cars on the road during the year. So this was off so we could get the horn off. There's bits missing from the engine. I think that's it. I don't think we've stolen anything else. Now inside the car, like I say, other than the seats need to be swapped around, we have pinched the winders to fix other cars. I think the winders actually went on early 93. You can see this lovely 2 ignition barrel setup. So I've got a new ignition barrel for it. This one does the steering lock and this one starts the car. That's dangerous. You start the car, you drive off, you forget to do the steering lock. That's just dodgy. That's going to come off. I'm going to replace that. Seats the wrong way around. Seatbelts need to go in. It's had this carpet job inside, which is quite nice. But apparently behind here, there is a window. This stuff has been put in by the last owner to reinforce it because they said it was a little bit on the wobbly side. So I don't know whether to sand that back and fill it out or take it off and have a look what's behind there. But interior, pretty straightforward. Engine-wise, this was a runner, but the distributor was pinched. It's an electronic distributor. I needed that for my car. The carburetor come off so we can make one good run out of all the bits we've got. So I've got enough stuff to put this back together. It might be worth us doing a comparison test to see what the advance curve is on the Chinese one compared to the genuine one that's on early 93. So that's a little Rialto truck. Let's take a look at the next car. This was actually my last purchase of 2022. Volvo 240 Estate on a 1986 plate. Again, I'm thinking this is probably my best buy of 2022. So that is a 240 Estate. The body is looking pretty sharp. Now, I bought this with no MOT. I'll take you through that on a separate video. But let's just take a quick look at this. That is a beautiful, beautiful brick of a car. Now, I bought it with no MOT, suspected head gasket. It was full of rubbish, which is why we've got all this rubbish down the side of the house. There was bags and bags of rubbish in it. I will take you through this in more detail, but let's have a quick look inside. What a lovely, lovely car. So, video to come on this beauty. So satisfying. I'll do that again. That's Volvo build quality. My very first purchase of 2022 was actually this Mazda Bongo, which was meant as a quick restoration project, as a replacement car for my wife, because the Citroen C4, that's gone, that's died, we got rid of that. And I thought, a little bit of welding. I looked underneath, I knew it needed some work, but then after I started cutting it back and taking the interior out and pulling things about, I got underneath and I noticed there's a lot more rot than I was expecting. The chassis is gone on this, where the trailing arms connect onto the body. It's not worth my effort to fix it. In this back arch here, you can see where I'd started to cut out. You can see all the rot in the back. Again, usual Bongo stuff. The first realization of how bad the chassis was when I took the cover plate off for the fuel pipes, and that chassis is gone there. And then that just carries on all the way underneath the van. It's only when you could get it up a little bit, get underneath and start prodding it, that I really could see the issues with this van. It is beyond repair. Beyond my repair, anyway. In here, you can see the diesel pump has gone. So, guess where that's gone? In here, look through the floor, and you can see the diesel tank has also gone. Can anyone guess where that's gone? Right, there's the diesel tank off from under the van. I didn't film it because it's been hailstones, it's been wet, it's been cold. I just wanted to get it done. Right, that is the tank off the spares van. Right, so there's that tank in and up. Right, just gonna hook these back up, pumping all the old diesel back in. Inside you can see the extent of the rot. Seatbelt plates needed doing, all these inner tubs here, the back corner, same around this corner, all starting to go down there. This seatbelt plate's gone as well. Again, all those things on their own relatively easy to fix, but when you kind of put it into one big picture, and I'll show you the chassis rails underneath, it's too far gone. This is all the suspension for the trailing arm. That's the chassis there, and it's all gone in there. So I think the chassis is gone on this one, so it's for the scrap heap. Before I get rid of the shell, I might actually drill these off. They're only spot welded on. These are the mounts for the much sought after seats that flip up, click back. Now I've got all the interior in my basement, so these are definitely not going to the scrapyard. A couple of measurements, a few photos, drill out the spot welds, and these may find their way onto my other van, because it just makes the vehicle so much more usable. You can pop the seats up and then you've got a load space in the back. So definitely an option for an upgrade. If you're a Bongo fan, you will know that these are not standard Bongo headlights. These are actually off a Mark III Astra. They've been bonded in, slight adjustment to the grille. I like those. I may actually fit those to my van. So the fourth car on the channel that I bought in 2022 wasn't actually a purchase. It was a car I shared with Jason from JRP Resprays, and that's not here anymore because we killed it. Let's take a look what we did with that.
One careful there doing that.
There we are.
Wow! Jesus! Okay, that's a bit more than we thought.
Oh my god.
No wonder it hurt a bit.
We were turning sideways and right. And this stopped the question. That's really And behind me, purchase number 5. If I move the bushes, I think you can just see it, is an XS750 hardtail. Why on earth would I buy a motorbike in this condition? This is a mad purchase, even for me. It's been outside with the carburetors off, the spark plugs out. It's got cast iron sleeves on the cylinders as far as I'm aware, so they're going to be absolutely seized. That engine probably only fit for the bin. It's an old hardtail chop. I'm a bit old for a hardtail motorbike nowadays. I don't think my back will enjoy it. But there is a good reason I bought this bike. Now, will it ever see the road again? I'm not sure. I hope so, but not in the near future. So why would I buy a bike like this? Well, it's a 1978, either late 70s or early 80s, I can't remember, I'll have to check on the reg. XS750 hardtail. It's a 3-cylinder triple. They're renowned for the middle cylinder overheating and melting the engine. And the frame's a mess, the forks are a mess, the running gear's a mess, the engine's shot, the carburetors are probably seized. So why on earth would I buy this? Sentimental reasons, that's why. This was my bike about 15 years ago. We bought it off a mate as a box of bits. I'd helped him get it running a few years previous. It was taken apart, put in the box, came to us. We built it and we painted it yellow. You can see this yellow on here. It was painted yellow for a motorbike festival where it was on display as a show bike. The following year we painted it this purple colour again to put it into a show. So this was a running, driving, show quality bike. I say show quality, not the OCC chopper sort of show quality, but just a nice 750 hardtail chop. Now going back 15 years ago, I got ill. I had to sell everything, all my VWs, the bikes, the cars, the lot. Everything had to go. Luckily, I'm well now. There's nothing life-threatening, just something that changes your life a little bit. But I'm all over it, back well. And this was kind of like a forgotten project that I always wanted to have it back. And then I spotted it in a mate's yard. Now, because after I sold it, it went to another mate. He took it apart because he wanted to build it differently. We didn't have these ape hanger bars in it. I don't like ape hangers. I had straight cafe racer bars on it. I think the bike looked lovely. It's such a nice shape with those bars on it. But it was taken apart. He lost his storage. It went to another mate. And I think that's where it sat for about 10 years outside in the rain in bits. I bought this back for the princely sum of 50 quid. I thought, for 50 quid, I can't leave it sit in the field rotting. If nothing else, when I build my home office, because I work from home, I might just clean it up and have it sat in the corner of the office. And then one day, maybe, just maybe, I'll put it back together and we'll get it on the road. And finally, we end on what I think is probably the worst purchase of 2022. Now, some of you could probably guess what it is already. This cover doesn't really hide much. Many car YouTubers, or car YouTube followers rather, may even recognise this car. There's a good reason I bought this. That reason is because I'm an idiot. But other than that, I've always wanted one. And it was cheap. That's not always a good reason to buy anything. So before I take the cover off, let's take a quick look around. Excuse my step ladder. I'll move that in a moment. We come around here, and as we come around to the front, I think if you haven't already guessed what it is, many a car enthusiast will now know from this angle. It is an early 80s Lotus Elite. Let's take the cover off and have a closer look. cover came with the car, so I think that increases its value. So first off, Elite lovers will notice that that's not original. This car was updated. I say updated. At some point it's had a bad boy conversion, had a V8, electronic door locks, custom interior, which is not there anymore. Definitely not there anymore. That is the center console. I haven't actually been through the parts yet to see what's in there. I got it home, looked at it, filled with regret, put a cover over it, and I've left it here. Now, Elite's had dual fuel tanks. This one, if I can open it. Where is it? There we are. That is the spare key, or the lock, which will pop the doors if the battery goes. So it's got a single tank. Nice glass lift-up door. And there is the V8. Or what's left of it. I think you'll agree it's quite a sorry-looking Lotus Elite. I like the wheels. I think a refurb will do them a treat. They're not too bad. The chassis at the front needs a repair. I don't know if that's a standard that I'm up to. I need to practice my welding first, or I may just try and get a new chassis if I bother to do anything with this car. The light pods are there, they're in the car, as are the bits that fill that gap. So it's largely complete, minus an engine, an interior, and door handles, and trim panels. But they might be in there, I have no idea. There's the lights. I think I'll probably do an episode on its own, going through this car and emptying all the bits out of it. Now, the YouTuber I bought this off was completely honest about the car. They sent me lots of pictures, and I thought, yeah, that's not too bad. But when I actually got to see it, it was as bad as he'd explained to me. So, all fairness to him, his description was absolutely perfect. It's just my desire overrode my common sense. So I don't have much money in this car, so I'm not really that worried about it. In fact, it cost me nearly as much to go collect it in fuel and towing charges as it did in paying for the car itself. So when I got there and saw the state of the car, I thought, I'm already in it for 160 quid. I may as well pay it, chuck it on the trailer, and see what I can make of it. But that is very much an if. May not even be a when, possibly, I don't know. Can't rot anymore. It's fiberglass. It's under the cover. I think you can sit here and wait for a little while I decide what to do with it. I've got other things I need to finish. I need to get on and get those done. So that's the 6 cars that have come through. 6 cars, 5 cars, 1 bike that have come through the channel in 2022. I hope you've enjoyed, and I wish you all the very best for 2023. So let me know what you get up to in 2022. I'd love to see your projects. That's one of the things that this channel is about, is seeing other people's stuff. It's been great meeting people, and I look forward to seeing more of you in 2023. Take it easy. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. My cars are already frightful. That's not how it's meant to go. They're all slow, they're all slow, they're all slow. Apart from the Porsche. The Porsche is really fast. I gotta fix the Porsche. And the Regal. That'll be really fast. I gotta fix the Regal.